Welcome back. This is our moment in history. Who was the unsung hero who helped win World War II? This is open for debate, but Maury, you think?
I don't think it's open for debate. There's a man by the name of Richard Sorge, S-O-R-G-E, which is a German word for worry and problems. Anyway, that was his name. He was a German communist, went underground when Hitler took over, became a foreign correspondent for the Berliner Tageblatt, which was a major national newspaper in Germany, and was posted in Tokyo. He became a spy for the Soviet Union and found out 3 months before Germany had invaded the Soviet Union exactly the time, the day, to the point of hour when they were going to march on June 22nd, 1941.
And how did he get this information?
Well, because he was a spy. He was involved in Tokyo. He made friends with people in the Japanese government who had a very good espionage system. That's how he got his information. But that's not the point. The point that I want to make is he got that information. He sent it on to Stalin. Stalin poo-pooed it and said, no, that's British propaganda because they want us in the war because they're holding on by their fingernails. Well, then, of course, the Germans, in the first few months, really looked like they were going to totally decimate the Soviet Union, Russia specifically. They were on the gates of Moscow. And this time, Sorge again found out that the Japanese had no interest in attacking Russia or going into Siberia. There was nothing there for them. They wanted Indonesia or Netherlands, East Indies at the time. They were interested in the resources, and they were going to knock out the American Navy and push America out of the Pacific War. He knew all that, but he sent that to Stalin, and this time Stalin listened. And you know what he did? He took his whole army. Stalin took his army of 1,500,000 troops out of Siberia that were standing there facing the Japanese, pulled them out entirely and put them on the front against the Germans. That saved Russia and then also gave Russia the offensive capability to destroy the German Wehrmacht. And anybody that is a student of the Second War knows that if it hadn't been for the Russian army, we would not have won that war.
That's why I love these history segments. You know, you can look back dozens of years and realize that it could have been completely different.
That's exactly
Okay,
right.
our question of the day is from Jack Kustick from Liverpool, England. He wanted to know, is it time to ditch the electoral college in American elections?
I think it should happen, but I don't think it will happen. I think it should happen because you've got California, Illinois, and New York automatically voting Democrat, by even if it was a small majority and they get all the votes. It's all or nothing. 120 or so electoral votes, which is more than a third.
A third way there, before you even start.
Before you even start. You know, there's no chance that in the election coming up in 2016, I'll make you any kind of bet that New York, Illinois, and California are going to go Democrat. If it's Hillary or if it's anybody, they're going to vote Democrat. I mean, so the thing is, you don't get proportional representation. California has a tremendous number of conservative Republicans outside of San Francisco, outside of Los Angeles, outside of San Diego. You know, the big power that the Democrats have in California are the big cities. But you're taking away the electoral capability from the farmers and from the everyday person. If it wasn't for the southeastern United States and Texas, Republican Party would be out of business as far as presidential elections were concerned.
And if they keep working and niddling away at Texas, Texas is going to prone to be blue one of these days.
It could be. Could happen.
All the people got displaced from Hurricane Katrina.
But to answer your point, as long as you have the Electoral College, you do not have the representative way of electing people at the top level.
Do you think that it would be better off to just have a one-day overall vote, majority wins?
Well, that will never happen. Not in my lifetime, certainly not in your lifetime. those are the kind of things that are almost untouchable.
Al Gore would have won if it had been like that.
Yeah, it's true.
And you take Iowa and New Hampshire, and you might as well forget them as being big players in any political process.
The big play, that you're right, the money is going to be spent in the big states with the big populations, especially the metropolitan areas.
Well, that wraps up another edition of the World Report. If you want to catch the show or a segment that you might have missed, the easiest way is just go to our website, theworldreport.org. To email us a question or video, go to Maury@theworldreport.org. For Maury Beschloss and all those exceptional folks in the United States Armed Forces, the police, the firefighters, and all those who do get up every day and go to work to keep us safe, I'm Scott Crowfoot, and God willing, we'll see you.